Evolution of Home Alone. In the first Christmas movie in the Home Alone franchise, which became the highest-grossing movie of 1990s, Macaulay Culkin plays Kevin McCallister, an 8-year-old boy who lives with his family in suburban Chicago. He is the youngest of 5 children who is frequently bullied by his older brothers and sisters, and his mother is punishing him for what he feels are unjustified reasons. One day, he wishes that he had no family. He wakes up the next day to discover that he is the only one left in the house. He thinks his wish has come true, and that he is finally alone without his obnoxious family. But in reality, his family accidentally leaves him at home behind on their Christmas vacation route to France. While his parents realize their mistake and scramble to get back to the home, Harry and Marv, known as the Wet Bandits, attempt to burglarize the house. Kevin makes it seem like the house is not empty, and fills the house with a collection of homemade booby traps, thereby defending the home. In the TV series In Living Color, in the episode Home Alone Again, Jonathan Taylor Thomas appears as Macaulay Culkin, where he encounters Michael Jackson and prevents him from entering the house. In the comedy series SNL, Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin hosts the episode in 1991, whose selected sketches include Hosting Alone, Superfans, Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer, and Trevor and Simon. In the second movie in the Home Alone franchise, set 1 year after the events of the first movie, Macaulay reappears as Kevin McCallister. This time, he loses track of his family at the airport, and he accidentally gets on a plane headed for New York City while the rest of the McCallisters fly to Florida. Now alone in one of the largest cities in the world, Kevin makes his way into a room at the Plaza Hotel and begins his usual antics, such as purchasing exorbitant amounts of sweets and junk food or renting a limousine. When Kevin discovers that the Wet Bandits, now the Sticky Bandits, Harry and Marv are on the loose again, he stops them from robbing the charity money from Duncan's toy chest on Christmas Eve and retaliates to them in his uncle's partially renovated house by setting up booby traps in. In the episode pilot of the series The Critic, a parody of Home Alone 5, features a 23-year-old Kevin McCallister being left alone by his parents once again. The third movie in the Home Alone franchise is the first one not to feature actor Macaulay Culkin, and instead focused on Alex Pruitt, played by Alex D. Linz, a young boy who is left home alone with chickenpox. At the same time, 4 international criminals steal a top-secret microchip and hide it in a remote-controlled car. But due to a luggage mix-up at an airport with the Pruitt's neighbor, the car ends up in the hands of Alex, who is given the car for shoveling the snow in her driveway. After realizing their mistake, the thieves begin systematically searching every house on his street. Once they realize that Alex has the chip, they invade his house. He also devises elaborate traps and bamboozles the crooks with the help of his pets and some intricate tripwires, all the while monitoring them with a video camera on the toy car. The fourth movie in the Home Alone franchise, unlike the third movie, which featured a standalone plot and new characters, brings back several of the main characters from the first 2 movies, including Kevin, who is played by Mike Weinberg. Here, Kevin's parents have separated, and he lives with his mother, older brother, and sister. He decides to spend Christmas with his father and his father's rich girlfriend while they host a visiting prince at her mansion. Kevin has to deal with it as his old enemy Marv and his wife come up with a plan to kidnap a visiting prince with help from an inside person that Kevin least suspects. In the animated series The Simpsons, in the episode Double Double Boy in Trouble, Bart notices Macaulay Culkin in Springfield Heights, striking the same pose as in the movie. In the episode Robot Chicken's DP Christmas Special, Macaulay Culkin reprises his role as Kevin McCallister, where his traps don't quite work out as planned. The fifth movie in the Home Alone franchise focuses on the Baxter's family, with Christian Martin as 10-year-old Finn Baxter. The story centers on the Baxter family's relocation from California to Maine, where Finn becomes convinced that his new house is haunted. When his parents become stranded across town, Finn sets traps to catch his new home's ghosts, but instead proves troublesome for a group of 3 thieves who plot to steal a valuable painting in the basement of the house. In the episode Christmas Guy of the series Family Guy, the Griffins watch Home Alone with competent robbers, in which the crooks are not fooled by the traps Kevin has set. When Kevin appears to brag about what else is in store for them, they simply shoot him, so as not to leave any witnesses. In the Google Assistant promotional video, Macaulay Culkin reprised the role as an older Kevin, where he was able to prevent the wet bandits from attempting to break into the home again by locking down the house and staging a party by using Google Assistant. In Saturday Night Live's parody of the 1992 movie Home Alone 2, Kevin, played by Melissa Villaseñor, befriends Pigeon Lady, who helps him defeat the wet bandits. In the sixth movie in the Home Alone franchise, the plot centers around a mischievous and resourceful boy named Max Mercer. One day, when Max and his mother visit the home of Pam and Jeff, a married couple who have decided to sell the house, he notices Jeff's collection of antique dolls. Jeff later realizes that one of the dolls is worth a fortune, but cannot find it in her collection, so he assumes Max stole it. Meanwhile, Max's family goes on vacation to Japan, accidentally leaving him behind. The pair target the Mercer family home to recover a stolen doll, but Max, mistaking them for burglars and that he is being hunted, goes on the offensive, doing everything he can to protect the house. Also, in this movie, Devin Rattray reprises his role as Buzz McCallister, who is a police officer. Also, due to the fact that the Mercer's home is protected by McCallister home security, he passed off Max's call as a fake one, suggesting that Kevin could somehow be part of the company or even the owner of it, since he had prior fake calls from Kevin, who told similar stories. In the SNL's parody of the 1992 movie Home Alone 2, Kate McKinnon appears as Kevin McCallister to get her one Christmas wish granted, and that's to host Saturday Night Live.